Is it possible for a real estate agent to create a cult-like following? Yes. My name's Trevor Jones, a Hollywood editor turned full-time real estate agent. On this channel, I teach real estate agents to create better videos so they can sell more houses. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right there so you can learn to sell more houses doing something besides cold calling. You ever notice how some businesses seem to have raving fans? They're like full of fanatics, like Apple and Starbucks and Amazon, while other businesses just kind of sit there and exist? The difference is that people care about Apple, they care about Amazon, they care about Starbucks, because these businesses and businesses like them have created an emotional connection with their audience and really turned their audience into a community. These uber successful businesses have the primal code embedded in their DNA. Patrick Hanlon, in his book Primal Branding, identified 7 pieces of code that successful businesses all tend to have in them. In this video, I'm going to identify these 7 elements of primal code and give you an example that's a little more related than Apple or Amazon. In my next video, I'm gonna give you some ideas about implementing the primal code into your business. My real estate mentor and friend is Joshua Smith. He's a freaking business beast. He has a very successful real estate team selling hundreds of units a year. He's got a killer podcast.
Really stoked and honored to have Trevor Jones on the show, my friend.
He has a coaching business and he has a software company. I think Josh is about 18 years younger than me, and this guy has a cult of raving fans, including my wife and I. When we're looking for an out-of-market agent to refer business to, we first go to Joshua's private Facebook group because we know that anyone that's been through his coaching program and that is in that group is a baller real estate agent. His mastery program has turned out a ton of successful agents, and many of these agents have created related businesses that are also very successful, like Frank Driscoll, a cold calling wizard who has a coaching program and a podcast now, like
Bryan Knisely,
who has his own brokerage, which is growing and thriving, and like Ratkowski, who has a Facebook business where he helps businesses create Facebook ads. These guys are all slaying it, and in large part, they all started with Josh Smith and his coaching program. So how did Joshua do it? He implemented the 7 elements of the primal code right out of the book, Primal Branding. Let's talk about those 7 elements and let me show you how Josh implements them. The first element of the primal code is the creation story. Anyone that's been through Josh's coaching program knows his creation story. He didn't come from privilege or money, didn't go to Harvard or Stanford or Yale. When he was in his early 20s, he was morbidly obese, he was depressed and seriously contemplating suicide, so much so that he had the tree picked out that he was gonna drive his car into. That day that he was thinking about it, he decided, you know what, that tree's gonna be there tomorrow. Let me see if I can turn things around, and he did. And long story short, he became the business monster that he is today. For us, his raving fans, I'm one of them, this helps us create a connection with him because we know him as a human being and the struggles that he's gone through. The next element of the primal code is the creed. What is your creed? What do you believe? People do business with people that they share common beliefs with, not common interests, as is commonly thought. What's your creed? Why would people do business with you? What do you believe? Having gone through Josh's program and been to many of his live events, I know that Josh believes that no matter where you came from, any agent can crush it in real estate if they have systems and processes and they work their butts off. You can completely outwork the competition, and Josh shows us how to do that. The next piece of code is the icons, the visual representations that people associate with you. For Josh, one of his icons is Josh himself. He's a larger-than-life persona. This formerly morbidly obese guy is now completely jacked and inked. When you see him, you'll recognize it immediately. Josh also has his branding completely dialed in. His logos, whether they're on his podcast or on his t-shirt, on his background, you can't miss him. And he also has the hashtag GSD mode for life. The rituals. These are repeated interactions that you have with your community that are recognizable and identifiable as you. For Joshua, one thing that he says often is,
"What is up, my peeps?"
That'll be at the beginning of a podcast or when he's given a webinar, and you'll find that a lot of people in our community adopt that lingo. Another one of Joshua's rituals is what he says at the end of all of his podcasts, which is
information without implementation is truly just the start of delusion.
You come to expect that. And there's a bunch of stuff that Leela and I have heard so many times that we automatically say it when we're talking about real estate. It just naturally comes out. The next element of Primal Code is the haters, the non-believers, the pagans. If you don't stand for something, you stand for nothing. Joshua Smith is very clear about what he stands for, and some people, generally the less informed, don't like it, don't buy into it, think he's a phony, and they slam him on social media. Does it bug him? Of course, he's human. I think now he has somebody just delete the comments so he doesn't have to deal with it. But if you have haters, you're doing something right. It means you've chosen a path, you are standing for something. So every successful brand needs haters. The next element of the Primal Code is the sacred words. These are words that people in your community have adopted, and really only people in that community will completely understand. Now, the sacred words can overlap with the rituals. For example, the sacred words for Joshua Smith, some of them may be information without implementation is the start of delusion. That could be both a ritual and a sacred word. GSD, everyone in the group knows what that means. Mastery alumni, what we call the graduates of the group. There's lots of these sacred words that Joshua Smith and those of us in his community use and understand. The final element of the Primal Code is the leader. Apple has Steve Jobs, Virgin has Richard Branson, Amazon has Jeff Bezos, and Joshua Smith has Joshua Smith. He is the brand. If you're a real estate agent, the leader is probably going to be you, your name. And what has this leader, Joshua Smith, done? Well, besides creating very successful businesses for himself, he's created a huge community of successful real estate agents and other entrepreneurs. Many of us have become friends, and anyone who takes his course and implements the material has grown their business. This is in large part because Josh has implemented the 7 elements of the Primal Code. Whether you are a real estate agent or other business owner, you too can implement the 7 elements of the Primal Code. I show you how to do that in this video right here. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe by hitting that button right there. I can't wait to see how you make your business explode.